And what's the matches coming up next? I mean, yeah, why delay? Let's bring it up. King's got a title card. Come on, man, let's get it. These guys have been waiting, and it's a match that I've been waiting to see. Here it is. The Friendlies Championship, the biggest prize in the Friendlies universe, is at stake. The two guys that claim to be rivals, even though the third guy in the booth here with me certainly has a better claim to saying he's a rival. Myles and Huff will go one-on-one for the championship. The current champ is Huff. He's going to look to defend. Myles got a lot of trash talking. We'll see if he can back it up. Hydrant, your thoughts on this explosive matchup?
It's going to be a lot of fun. Myles and Huff, two former tappers turned rollers, two people who wear glasses, have curly hair, clearly look similar, despite what Myles may have said in the promo. Well, I'm sure we'll be able to check that out shortly.
Yes, of course. Hydrant got the spoiler. He gets a first look because he's a VIP, so you got a first look. But you're all about to get a look now. The promo video is going to be something that you wouldn't expect from these two. Well, maybe the guy on the left you'd expect. But our champion on the right certainly pulls no punches either. And he'll show you just how lit he is. Let's go take a look at Myles Huff, the championship, next.
Yeah. Hey, yeah, what's up, JB? Yeah, I'll send the jet over, man. Yeah, 10 a.m. tomorrow. Yeah, I'll be there. All right, talk to you later, JB. All right, see you, man. Sorry about that. I just got off the phone with the president. We have a tea time tomorrow at 10 a.m. Huff from Huff, I guess. What's up, man? Well, guess we're playing for Tetris Friendlies Reckoning. And, I just gotta address something real quick before we start, So a lot of people think that we're similar, like we look similar, but I really don't get why, Like, I'm smarter, more handsome, better at Tetris. Like, I don't really see a difference. Like, there's nothing similar. Like, we're just completely different people, I'm kind of up here, and you're kind of down here.
I really do I mess these guys up. Yeah. Myles is 10 lines ahead of Huff. I really do. I don't know what it is. For some reason in my mind.
My mom may make me pizza rolls, but at least Kingsman doesn't have to message me for the 18th time to go and play my Friendlies match. My God, Huff. If anyone wants to check Huff's DMs, it's all there. It's Kingsman every single time is like, Huff, hello. He's being the nice guy, and Huff is like, well, sorry, I was in bed for the last 18 hours, man. I didn't leave my house. I don't know what's going on. He doesn't even know what time it is. Like, maybe that's why he hasn't made it that far in Masters recently. Like, Huff, I don't remember the last time you've made it that far in Masters, dude. Like, thinking back, the farthest back I can see you going is top 4, where... Oh, you lost to me. You lost to me in the top. That's the last time I can remember it.
And so Myles, if he can convert this Tetris or just stay alive, just needs to get 766. 763. Just taking the birds, and there it is, and Myles is gonna burn his way into the final.
I remember, was it February you were gonna play and you're like, oh, I just forgot. Probably just sleeping, Oh, you don't want to forget about the time where you've lost how many records? Probably like 5 records, and the next day someone just gets it. That's gotta get on your nerves, right? Maybe you're really not all that good at the game.
Let's open it up with the J. Oh, that Z didn't burn anything. We're getting up really high. It's more burn. Oh, Huff, can you do it? No, it's gonna miss up to L, and that'll be it.
The great outdoors. It's what a nice day out today, Too bad you never go outside to appreciate it, Huff. But I'm not here just for that. I'm here to show you something that you have not ever really seen, right here. What is this, Huff? What is this, man? Here, I'll give you a hint. It's grass, okay? It's grass. And, I lied. It's not actually grass. It's fake grass, but I mean, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference anyway. But yeah, I just thought I'd show you that, you know. It'd be like great outdoors, you know. You haven't really been out here in a long time, so thought I'd give you a quick, you know, quick little overview of it. But, well, I've been out here for a while, so I'm gonna go get an education, and then I'm gonna school you in this match. Good luck.
You know, Myles, talked a lot of trash about me in your promo. You know what isn't trash, though? I'm a CTWC finalist. My name is forever etched in greatness. Your name is anything but great.
The reigning champion of the WPL for 2021, and of course the finalist for the CTWC 2021. He's awake, he's ready to go. It's Huff at B05, Cheese at B15. So Huff's gonna try to stay alive. Cheese is getting way too high. Cheese is done at B15. Can Huff do it? Huff, you need to get to B16. He's burning away a little by brick, as Bullet would tell you. And he's got it! B16, baby!
Fills it. Oh no. No!
767
Huff's gonna take it.
Huff has the stuff at 779. Who survives game number 5? 100,000 on the books. Huff, a little bit of issue. Centerboard, that's very dangerous. He's got holes here too. Oh my word. Huff, can he get out of this mess? He gets a square to help. Gets the burn, an L2. Horizontal T, maybe to set something up. Oh man, he gets that. Oh, he gets that S over 2. Ooh, this is tough. Give it a number. No, what a dirty Tetris from Huff. Oh my god. He's still going. You say, Myles, I'm gonna show you how it's done. This is rolling at its peak, baby. Oh, what a T-spin from Huff. Are you kidding me? Tristop hanging in there, still we go to level. Oh, finally, there's the hangerang long bar. That'll do it. Tristop finished at B70. Huff goes to level 35 at B87. Still going. You can't stop him.
Myles the Great. Had a lot of burns about me. I'll show you what a real burn is.
All right, here we go. This is it. Finally ready for the Tetris Friendlies championship match. Introductions, please. On the left-hand side is the young man that talked a lot of trash. He was hyping it up. Pretty much called out Huff on all his unfortunate classic Tetris achievements and why he thinks he should be the new champ to lead the Friendlies era. It is Joe Biden's favorite golf partner, Myles the Great! And on the right, of course, he is the reigning, defending, undisputed Friendlies champion. He's ready to defend his honor. Told Myles that you talked a lot of trash, but at the end of the day, I'm still better than you. And he ended it out with a burn. He is a top 4 finalist of the Extreme Sports with the Berenstain Bears, and looking to get back there one more time at this 2022 event. And I believe he is wearing a WPL shirt because he already wore the Hey Now one last week. It's cool because he is my favorite player. It's the guy with the stuff. He's Huff! Rules are simple for the championship match. It is a best of 5. They will play 18 all the way. Clearly, this is the elite level. They shouldn't play anything less than that as they get their final warm-ups in. And, of course, one more time, let's take a quick look because King, as mentioned, for the 8th time in a row, put a lot of time and effort on making some online facts. So let's take a look at online facts for both our players here. Myles the Great, online facts. He is a role player with the playstyle of roll, has a 1.486 million PB score. His Friendlies record sits at 19-13, helped increase that record by playing a 8-match night. We called it Myles versus the World. He did an amazing job. He went 6-2 that night, only losing to Ian Konetsu to start, and he played Huff to end the match, to end the night, excuse me. His best place was this past 2021 CTWC, finishing in 19th place, and touched grass too many times to count. On the right is the champion. His playstyle also roll, boasts a 1.9 million PB according to the bot. Friendly's record is 25-10, one of the best win percentages of all time. His best finish at a CTWC was this past year also, and he finished 2nd, hence why he is the finalist of CTWC. And touch grass, it's on his bucket list. He'll get to it when he feels like it. And of course, the call to match is a guy that knows both these players so well, because technically he's the rival, definitely for the guy on the right. Maybe he's the rival for the one on the left. It's the Cerebral Assassin. Welcome back, the Hydrant Dude, my friend. What's up?
You again, King. It's good to be here. Good to be commentating these two. I'm good friends with both of them, so should be a fun time.
Well, certainly. You know them very well. You spend time with VCs with them as I believe, and I think usually are you in a VC with Huff when he's having his match? You kind of let him know what's going on as far as the game goes. No, he doesn't. He's not going to listen to the King. He's not listening to the stream.
I've given him calling on the match before. Yeah, of course that involves like what he asked me to do at one point was just do not say anything ever about the match, because like he wanted to know like if I was ready to top out, but then if I told him when I would top out, then he would be able to assume that if I hadn't told him yet, then he was still in competition. That would put pressure on him, and so I was supposed to pretend that nothing was happening. I did tell him a couple times to stop mullining.
Well, that's very kind of you. So hopefully there'll be no mullins here because we are most certainly a little behind schedule, about a match behind. That's okay. I had a feeling this was going to happen. So, but this match is worth the wait, without question. The world wants to see this. The championship is on the line. As mentioned, 18 all the way. Best of 5, first of 3 will be crowned the champion. Huff will look to defend. Myles will look to take away. Players, when you are ready to go, we'll need hover 3s, please, as is customary now these days. Because I'm sure chat will be crazy during this match.
See Huff with an E on the screen there, just flexing that. I believe he topped out with that shortly before the match, so I think that's still below Myles' PB because Myles is like an E71, but Huff definitely with some great kill screen here.
So here we go. Hydrant, count them down. They're ready to go for this game number 1.
Yep, 3, 2, 1 Tetris. Oh, they've already started.
They already started. Yeah, they're not waiting around. I don't blame them. Let's do it. I just need to fix Myles' cam a little bit.
Chat summoning authorwords and seeds here. I don't think they're playing either of those games, but
yeah, most certainly not. They are not doing same seats.
yeah, it should be exciting here because both of them rolling. So we have Myles, of course, the originator of the Myles dig, getting out of crazy situations all the time, and Huff, of course, having 2 million on 29, managed to hold the record for an entire one day. As is the tradition whenever Hutz gets the record.
I know.
But he's right up there with everybody else.
And which is funny because, well, he had just a crazy dirty Tetris to start. He was having a very high build, but not a shock. Usually his game ends up being that way. But I find it funny that either he doesn't update the bot or, just, I guess, didn't put it in because the bot it's listed as 1.9 is his PB. But as you mentioned, he has over 2 million on a 29 start.
Yeah, well, I believe he has left that deliberately because that's his not 29 start PB. So yeah, he has more points from 29 than he does from 18 and 19, but he's listing the bot PB, I believe, as the lower score.
But wouldn't you think that it's his personal best, regardless of the level start, that you would put that?
Well, I mean, I heard him say earlier today that it was. He calls his PB the 1.9 or whatever it was. So I don't know. Ask him, I guess.
I'll
DM
him later when he's awake.
We keep the on the leaderboard. We keep the less than 29 starts separate from the 29 plus. So I believe he's just trying to follow the customs.
I guess so. I'm just thinking logistically, right? That I mean, your personal best in a game is, whatever high score you would get. So if he started on level 29, he got that as his highest score. That's what I would say. But again, to each their own.
It's a high score.
It's a high score.
But you could argue, that you need a game G, you need to start in 29, and it's a modified game. I don't think that's a very good argument. I don't know.
Well, don't get Van Wella started. He'd love to argue with you.
Regardless, Huff is a good player. He has a really impressive PB.
But right now, not really an impressive start from both. I mean, Huff started to pick up some points now. Started to pick up some pace. 296 for him through 77 lines. 260 for Myles at 74. So we're looking at probably on the lower end of the 500K, would you say?
Yeah. Let's see. What is it? Yeah, about 200K from here is pretty reasonable. So a little bit of a slower 18. But not bad overall. I mean, if we were back in 2018, this would be a good pace or something.
Oh, of course. Yeah, we'd be going gaga over this. Right now, it's just ho-hum. It's like, oh, these guys are falling behind the 8-ball. But again, their specialty is the 19 play. I'm watching their streams. They primarily play either 19 or 29, mostly, right, Hydrant? So this kind of 18 speed, perhaps, is really starting to feel slow to them.
Yeah, I haven't seen for Myles a particular preference for 19 speed. I know that Huff has for a very long time preferred to just play 19. I mean, even when he was a tapper, his PB was usually from a 19 start rather than an 18 start, which is one of the... Oh my god, Huff, what are you doing up here?
Oh!
No!
He's
That
got a
was
smile.
technically possible. That is the fastest possible tap you can get over on 18. That would be equivalent to a 10 high left on 29. So that would have been crazy if he got it, but not quite.
Not today. 355 is his final score, and Myles at 426. You are good. He's looking kind of stone-faced here, Hydrant. He's very focused. He really wants the title. He's got the first game, 1-0. GG's.
Yep. I mean, it's not like there's a lot to emote about on 18 most of the time, unless you're in that situation Huff is. But yeah, Myles playing it cool.
All right, so we have a ready hover 3 from Myles the Great on the left. Then Huff gives the ready in the chat. Also Myles with the ready in the chat too. Okay, go ahead, Hydrant. This time we'll get the countdown right.
Yep. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Of course, by right we mean like wait 5 seconds after I said it.
Yep, of course, yeah. Well, we'll by game 3 we'll have it straightened out. It's fine.
It's very
So-
hard to time it correctly.
Yeah, no,
You have to guess the stream delays.
exactly. And especially when you have my setup, it's even worse. But we don't say those things. Not for nothing, everything's been holding up okay. We've been doing well. But if you are watching this on YouTube, you won't know any problems because I'll edit all that stuff out.
Fix it in post.
Indeed. You're starting to learn, Hydrant. You're learning. Now, let's talk about your history between both players. I mentioned that really, in my opinion, and we've talked about this before when we had you on for the Aaron and Huff match back in December for the title. In my opinion, I really think that you and Huff are true rivals. We've talked about the similarities by the length of each of your Twitch names, and that you both were tappers, you both have switched to roll and all that stuff. We know the history. The two of you have played amazing battles amongst each other. What's your history like with Myles?
I mean, with Myles, it's mostly I don't think I've actually played him that many times. In fact, I can't think of really any times I've played him off the top of my head. I'd be surprised if I haven't played him, but I mean, Myles and I, we've both been in the community a long time. Been tappers, switched to rollers. A lot of the things that apply with Huff also apply with Myles. It's just a little bit less personal because Huff comes around, beats me as a community tournament player, just shows up out of random, gets 800k in comp against me. I'll never forget that match on Friendlies, but yeah, I have a long history with Huff, and with Myles, I mean, I have a long history of just chatting with him. I'm friends with Myles, Talkin VC, same as I talked with Huff. So, yeah, I've got history here.
Most certainly, a lot of history on you on the right there, and maybe we'll have some history between you and the player on the left, depending on the outcome of this match. Myles already up 1-0, and if he could potentially take the title away, maybe you could be in the running for a potential opponent. We'll see.
Yeah, I need to get a bunch more Friendlies matches in, though, to sort of get in the running for that.
That would be nice, yes.
Well, we're at the end of the semester here for me, so I should have some time coming up. Although
Nice.
I will be doing summer classes this semester, so that's going to be right back into the fire.
Yeah, summer classes are easy, man.
Well, it's a replacement for a regular semester. It's a weird thing my school does, where they move a fall semester into the summer, and then during the fall you go to work in a co-op kind of thing.
Putting you to work right away, huh? You got no break time, man. Well, welcome to the real world. And here we go, Hydra. We're getting some good scores now. This is definitely a converse of the first game we saw. We got into 300Ks at the 77 line marker. So good thing. 358 for Myles, 337 for the champ.
Yeah, now we're looking at more like 550, 600k kind of range as we approach transition here. We're a little bit over halfway. There's a ways to go in determining what the transition will be.
Nice little adjustment there from Huff to go for the tuck of the square. Very stack
Did you do a 5 and below? I wasn't paying attention.
It was very stack rabbit-esque. I think it was a S maybe, or maybe it was a J.
Oh, an S for an O.
Might have been, yeah. I just saw you did a nice little pretty square tuck. No shock from the Friendlies champ, who is also the. Oh, there you go. There's
There's the
See?
5 and below.
Oh, maybe he's listening. Maybe he's listening. Who knows?
Who knows?
He always tells
I
me
can see he's in VC with some people, so
All right. No, maybe they told him then, I guess.
maybe.
I was gonna say because he's already told me a million times. He's like, I can't listen to the stream. He gets Monka S and he just needs a distraction. And I find a lot of you top tier players prefer that way. You rather focus on the game and chill with the homies, right?
Yeah. Personally, I try to I try not to wear headphones during games. That's a superstition I have now. Where if I'm wearing headphones, I don't play as well for some reason. Maybe I just like to hear the sound of the rolling to sort of what is going on with Myles here. He's on good pace, but that's gonna kill it before transition.
Yeah, well, Huff's not going to be able to really do anything about that to catch. He too is in a dig situation with 9 lines left to go. Certainly doesn't want to get into a position where you could look at one mistake hurting him. And he had opened up just in time, and he takes the Tetris. 5:02 for Huff at the transition. 5:29 for Myles. They're going to open up that right side, the long bar for the relief just in time. Here we go, Hydrant. Now we're talking. Let's get this game going. Game number 2, spicy.
On into 19 this time. It's going to be much better. We'll see if we can even get into some 29 here. I mean, we're at the point now where topping out any time during the 19 speed is kind of an early top out, which is crazy in the context of the history of Classic Tetris, where an early top out basically meant you topped out on 18, but now if you top out before kill screen, that's early. We want to see that kill screen play.
I mean, we saw it with the Alex T and Stack Rabbit match a little while ago. You saw what that kid was doing. It's exciting, and that's why I find people that talk about line caps, well, we won't talk about that here. It's a whole other controversial topic, but let him play. That's what I say. Just let him play. And that's what they're doing right now. 6:47 for Myles, 6:29 for the champ.
Pretty even here. Kind of 50k difference between them. 40k, 2 Tetrises basically. And so it should be tight for a while here. Maybe even see if kill screen can determine the winner. That would be fun. Myles hanging a T-piece there. Still waiting on the long bar there, but it's going to be a lot lower, so it's going to be fine. Meanwhile, Huff also setting up a dependency center. Well, sits all that up, fills it in, and it's probably not going to go for the Tetris here. Yeah. They are sticking with it, and oh my god, Myles.
Yeah, missed tuck of the J there has left him with a couple of holes. This will slow him down and give Huff the chance. He's got a Tetris in, 763. He'll use the lumbar Aki style to get Tetris ready. A nice adjustment of the T for the Z placement. We're going to open up that right side. He's done it with a double. S flat in the center. Chuck of the J, always very risky at that top. He's got no lumbar. There it is, finally Tetris. 801 to 800, and now Huff will take the lead at 832. Myles, not going to play on this road too. Oh, and another misdrop. That's very tough.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of misdrops from Myles in this past little bit, so hopefully he can get this down before kill screen so that he can go for some post-28 scoring. Because that's going to be what he needs here, probably. Assuming Huff doesn't get into a huge mess.
And usually
like
from past experience, Hydrant, I know Huff's 29 game clearly is tremendous, and he has the advantage. Myles not as prolific on the 29 speeds as some of the other top rollers.
Yeah, Myles is a little bit... I'm just trying to watch him here. He's a little bit behind in terms of 29 scoring, but I mean, he's still got great potential. Just Huff is way ahead. Can we see a Myles dig here?
Nice tuck of the
He's
J.
gonna need a really tall left tap to get that over. Oh,
what a
he's
play
gonna
with
keep
the square.
going.
Oh, he needs help. He went risky with the J.
So close.
He tried to go with that J. A little risky, in my opinion. He saw he was having trouble with the 5 taps left, Hydrant. And that is it. 925 for Myles. He can't go any further. And Huff has the stuff. Game number 2 belongs to him. 835 is good. We're even at 1 in the championship. GG's.
Yeah, Myles was looking a little bit shaky there with his control. A perfect clear for Huff. But yeah, we were seeing some misdrops that game, so hopefully he can get things a little bit more controlled. I think it sort of started falling apart after like 25 or 26 there, so maybe it's just a temporary thing.
And hopefully Huff will top out. You are good? Yeah, you're good, bro. VC bros, can you let him know? Yeah, there you go. Fine. GG's. Very nice game number 2. That's what we came to see. And Myles says, sweaty hands. Monka S.
Maybe that's why he started sweating. Started messing with them.
I mean, that most certainly was a sweaty moment there. All right, we have it ready from Huff. And Myles is ready. Either Huff at 3 or ready in the chat will be suffice.
Up here, 1-1.
Oh, he has a... Oh, wow. This is why we need Huff at 3. He had it ready a while ago and I didn't even see it. Let's count him down. Maybe I'll get it right this time. In 3, 2, 1, Tetris. See, that's why Hover 3 is so important, right, Hydron?
Yeah, it's pretty convenient for the restreamers. It's interesting how it came out of just the one event in CTM where I couldn't read the chat. Came up with Hover 3s, and since then, it's been a staple.
Yeah, I think it's been a benefit to the community. It's definitely been a big help in moving games along, because when you have so many people here chatting away, it's kind of difficult to see the readies, especially when they write RDY.
Yeah, for a while I wasn't doing the Hover 3 because I kept starting on 13.
Yep.
I think I've gotten it figured out now.
All right, yeah, just gotta push down. I know you don't push down in the game, but push it down at the start is okay.
Wish my down button worked better. There's that one time where I lost by 1 push down point because I thought I had already won. And then I tried pushing down and I couldn't use the down button to get any points.
Oh my word. That's where you gotta get it. Did you find out if that was like a rubber issue or some other? What was the main technical problem?
Oh, I don't know what the issue is. My down button just sucks.
Well, we gotta get Hydra a new one. So someone message him on Twitch chat. You can tell him, Hydra, I got a controller for you. We'll send it to you. No problemo. Top tier player.
I mean, I don't need to push down. Come on.
You just said you needed it for 1 point. That would have been great.
Wait.
That's adjustment from Myles there. It's at 150. Huff at 187. Early days in this one, but things are starting to cook. We're seeing why these two are elite players, Hydrant. This is why they're playing for the highest prize in the Friendlies universe.
200k at 40 lines, so and playing good pace here. That's technically pace for 650 for Huff. Although usually when you're on 650 pace this early doesn't mean that you're gonna get it, but sure, they're both totally capable.
And apparently that push down issue was at the 6-4 Invitational. 6-4 staying up late. Wow, that's my hero. Oh, actually, that was Richard Wolf 6. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's kind of telling you, Hydra, my eyes are getting a little tired here. It's been a long night. But it's worth it. These are great matches, and you are watching the Friendlies Championship take place. And coming up next, it is the dream match. Everybody's been waiting for it. You hang out here a little bit longer. Sharky and Green Tea will face off in what will be a historic bout, without question.
Definitely one to stick around for. The two younger DAS veterans of CTWC.
Well, of course, people should definitely stick around because, you know, there's a lot said. There's a lot said in this promo between these two rivals that they consider themselves to be. You know, Myles went out of his way to talk about all of Huff's inadequacies and his failed attempts in classic Tetris. You know, just being short in certain areas. Of course, tongue-in-cheek stuff. And then Huff came right back and told him, "Listen, I'm a CTWC finalist. You know, these two guys have a tremendous career path." Well, the next match we're about to watch certainly could be, one of the final battles of, between players here. It is the first time that Sharky and Green Tea will play one another. I know Sharky recently posted on Twitter that he's kind of coming to the end of his Classic Tetris competitive journey, and he's looking maybe more towards definitely what he's doing now, being involved as an organizer, an event host and commentator. But I think people will be interested to hear what Green Tea had to say about his future.
It's fun to see both of these two players. We don't get to see them play all that often. I mean, Sharky doesn't really participate in the CTMs and CTLs or the common tournaments that often, so it's and then of course Green Tea always so busy at work, that work culture where he's trying to develop Tetris Effect and all that, and doesn't have time for NES Tetris that much. So it's always great to see the folks come out that you might not get to see again for a while. I mean, we haven't had really Green Tea in CTWC the past few years either, so always fun to see him play a match now and then.
Of course, it's always a treat to see Green Tea play. And what's a treat is look at his score here. Hydrant Huff at 627, 122 lines. Myles screen checking to find out what's going on. He's at 471 at 120. My word, Huff is exploding with offense.
I said 650 was possible. It doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get it, but I mean, here he is with the 670, so I guess I was wrong. It was actually 670 face.
There's a little gamesmanship by him. He's like, oh, what'd you say, Hydrant? Oh, okay, let me get a 675. And we go to 724 right now on level 20. Tremendous job.
See, once you get to that 670, 690 range, you're down to that point where you're counting the number of burns there was before transition. Like you can get I believe 670 is it 17 burns? Something like that.
Oh, you're asking the wrong guy to give you that information.
Well, the point is that like you start getting into those gradations because there's only so much more potential you can squeeze out of there. And my God, 800k into 21. I was on a tear here.
I know. If only he could have squeezed out a little bit more on that 18, right? He could maybe challenge Dog for the earliest max out.
Earliest max out in comp. Dog getting a 23 max or whatever it was.
Yeah, 23, definitely. Yeah, he went on a tear. Nice key tuck. Tetris for Huff. He'll go to 888. He certainly is on a run. We'll go to level 23. He'll look to at least finish maybe mid 900 here.
I think we're looking at potential for like maxing into level 20. Oh, why did he do that? Well, I guess maybe he doesn't want the pace.
You know, that or could have been a slip maybe of the roll.
Yeah, that's also a possibility. But you don't usually see them overshoot by that much.
200,000 point lead for the champion. He is looking strong at 958. Myles hanging in there, level 23. He'll go to 24 at 781. He kind of needs Huff to get into some trouble or have a top now at this point in order for him to have the runway to catch. As we saw before, his 29 play certainly not at the same level as Huff.
Yeah, Huff with a max out cleanly within 25. You know, in the nowadays where we see people getting 1.3s left and right, but usually those 1.3s are like way into kill screen. But Huff's on pace here where he could max out here. So he could get a 1.3 into kill screen.
Another Tetris B24. There's a 1.1. He's got about 18 lines left now after that burn.
Like he's not going for a super high pace or anything. He's just trying to keep it clean and safe into kill screen. Make sure that he can get everything he can on 29.
And let's remind people that are watching here, Hydrant, that Myles has a 967 on level 27. That is still a good score in competitive Tetris these days. But right now, Huff is just on fire. Literally, he's burning Myles. He burned Myles in the promo, and now he's burning him here in this game number 3. Oh my word.
There's a bit of a curse to having a high score into kill screen, or usually you die pretty early on, but we'll see if Huff can break that. He's already gotten the Tetris. C86 on level 30. Myles going into kill screen with A90, and, well, not into kill screen, he probably had more like 870, but a bunch of hangs there on the right side. That's going to be tough to dig, and I think that's going to do it.
895 for Myles the Great. It's a good score, but not great, because Huff has the stuff again. D06. He'll top out a 1.3. Easy peasy for our champion. He is up 2-1. Championship point in his court. GG's.
Like the high score into the kill screen, so did a hit. Only got 60k on the kill screen there. Only 60k. Come on, you got to do better than that.
Indeed.
When you're in the climate where Huff has 2 million on kill screen, that does start to seem like not a great game, but it's at 1.3. Come on.
Certainly. Yeah, people are still just astonished at what he can do. We're ready to go. I caught the readies now. We're ready to go. Hydrant, please. The honors are yours. Counting down for the pivotal game number 4.
3, 2, 1. Tetris.
Of also boasting an E38 on the screen there, Hydrant.
Yeah, he got that right before the game, I think. Just throwing down the big scores today.
He's just one win away from keeping his title, being the man at the top of the Friendlies universe. Myles looking to try to dethrone him. This game number 4, certainly pivotal. The pendulum swings one way or the other. Would it swing in Myles' favor to force the game number 5 to take us to the decider? Or will Huff have the favor swing his way and end Myles' night and make him go touch grass? We'll find out.
Yeah, pretty clean starts here. Huff not really having to burn too much. Myles playing a little bit safer. Yeah, I mean, what do you do after that game where you get a 1.09 and you just your opponent gets 1.3? It's just like, what am I supposed to do here?
I mean, this is Tetris in 2022 now. There's not much you can do. You max out games left and right, and you still lose. I mean, it's crazy.
And it wasn't that long ago that, like maybe only a year ago, that the losing score record was still a low to high 1.1 or something. And now, like, people just get that casually, and you can lose with like a 1.3. It's crazy how far the scene has come.
Oh, it really is, yeah. It's just tremendous what we are witnessing day in and day out in the world of Closet Tetris. And apparently, these two players are so good, Hydrant, that Jeff is still here. He's hanging out. Says these guys just inspired Evan to play Tetris. For those that don't know, Evan is Jeff's young son, who has been on the Tetris grind a little bit. He's been playing some games, and apparently now he's going to get back into it because of Myles and Huff. So look at that, the next generation being inspired.
Push down the earliest and youngest max out even more.
Why not? I mean, you know, Jeff also was like, wouldn't you think that maybe he'd be inspired by his dad? But
yeah, I mean, you gotta see. With the history like of Joseph sort of getting into that, that's what motivated a lot of the younger players. So maybe there's a sort of thing with seeing people your age do it.
I thought you said my age, yes.
Huh? Oh, like my own age. Like when I saw Joseph.
I know what you meant. And actually, I mean, that's funny that you brought that up because we were talking about that earlier tonight in the Jeff Mega Retro Man match. That people forget sometimes that Jeff also was a major inspiration for, you know, the younger players that were coming in, like a JD, right? He was inspired by that meme video that went out, and Jeff was a part of that and helped begin the craze that started getting people involved in 2018, and of course the explosion of 2019 thanks to JD winning it all. But I mean, that guy, yeah, he certainly was an inspiration for a lot of players to get involved because they watched and like, oh, I want to play that game. It was cool. And you know, here are a couple of players that, you know, have also said in the past that that is part of the inspiration.
Yeah, Jeff definitely a huge inspiration for a lot of the folks who we know and love nowadays. I think most everybody's seen the meme video, although we're starting to get to generations where people haven't seen it. I remember there's some random purple name in CTM who was like, "What is the Tetris for Jeff video? Wow, this isn't funny." But we all love that video here.
I mean, that's what happens with time. Things age, and you know, you have a younger generation that's just not going to be in tune with that, right? They're not even like, oh, I don't find that funny. Whereas back then it was tremendous and what sparked where we are today. So perhaps there'll be a video out there. Maybe who knows, Hydra? Maybe the video of Huff burning Myles' picture will spark somebody's interest to play this game and say, oh man, I want to play. It's pretty vicious.
Bringing the fire to the scene.
Of course, there's some behind the scenes stories on how that all played out. Huff originally did not want to do that. He thought that was, in his words, total cringe king.
Yeah, I heard a bit of that from him. He didn't want to watch his own promo because he was worried what it would look like.
Well, what a shock. I mean, come on now.
Oh, speaking of fire, I mean, Myles has got a pretty fiery pace right here. Throwing it right back at Huff for this game. Could see a 600k, I think. Well, maybe more like a 590, but what really matters here is the lead, and Huff's going to transition with a 441, and Myles is not even there yet with a 550, 100k lead. Assuming he transitions.
Myles went risky with a delayed burn. Oh! Oh! Oh no! Oh man, he went so risky with the delayed burn. It's done at 550. Huff, the title can be yours if you can get to 551. Oh man, Hydrant, what a shame.
Yeah, that was like game one again where he technically could have gotten that ass over, but that's a 10 high left on 29, so it's a tough ask even for a roller. So only so much you can do when you get dreaded up high, you don't get quite the right pieces, and it just doesn't happen.
And perhaps a little aggro, because obviously he's thinking, oh, I'm just going to transition with a nice, as you mentioned, I get a potential 590 looking at that. So again, there you go, he got it already. 563, it's good enough. Myles is just shutting down. He's like, nope, that's it. I'm done. Huff has the stuff. 574. You can keep going. You can play it out. You've gotten this one because game 4 most certainly is a no more. Man,
I didn't think I would be here till 11 p.m.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be like 8 to 9.
Yeah, sorry. Well, it happens. I don't know what to tell you.
It's no big deal.
We were supposed, yeah, well, I don't know.
We're watching some good Tetris.
Indeed. There were some really good games and some delays there, but that's okay. We're in the winter scene. We're not going to watch him finish it out because, as Hydra mentioned, he's got over 2 million on 29, and we saw him 1.3 earlier. But still your Tetris Friendlies heavyweight champion. The CTWC finalist for 2021, a CTWC semifinalist of 2020, the Tetris Friendlies champion of 2022. What else can you do? He still's got the stuff. He's Huff. Congratulations to you once again. And of course, appreciate that you did the promo because I've been wanting to do that for a long time. And I chose you to do it. And I think it came out great. I see smiles away there, Hydra. He's so happy. He's the champ.
Yeah, of course, congratulations to Hufflepuffs. Great games, consistent games, putting up some big scores. 1.3. It was a good match.
Most certainly a good match, and I most certainly got to thank Crafty Kim giving the community 5 subscriptions. Thank you so much. That is without question wonderful for all of those viewers. Enjoy, including Mudo's got one. Wow, I'd be so happy about that.
Is that a random Ludist gift?
Might be.